'cause baby, now we got bad blood. Okay. What's up, Arrows? I'm Kashawn and you are watching The Book Archer. So today I'm here to talk to you guys about YALLfest. As you guys saw in my last update slash giveaway, which that giveaway is still going on. I'll leave a link to that video down below. Anyways, as you saw in my last video, I mentioned that I was going to be going to YALLfest 2015 in Charleston, South Carolina, which is the young adult book festival that takes place in Charleston every single year. It has a bunch of young adult authors from all different type of genres. It has panels, it has author signings, it has everything that you can think of packed into 2 days. This was my first time attending YALLfest and I was so excited to go. So YALLfest took place on Friday, November 14th and Saturday, November 15th. I didn't go to the first day because the bulk of the events was on the second day, and this was my first time going, so I kind of wanted to feel it out first before I went down for 2 days. I live in South Carolina, so it wasn't that long of a drive for me at all. I went with India over at Books and Big Hair and my sister Caress, who y'all will meet really soon. It was a ton of fun. So we left around like 8 or 9 in the morning, I would say. So we ended up getting there pretty late. We got there at like 11:30, which is really late now that I think about it. But we got there around 11:30, and unfortunately we missed the first panel that I wanted to go to, which was the Harry Potter panel. But that's okay because the day still continued to get better. So we went and hit up a few of the tents and just went by the tables. They had books laid out that were already pre-signed by authors that were attending YALLfest, so they had those for purchase. They had different tables set up. Epic Reads had a table. I know a few of the publishing companies had tables where they had swag and stuff that you could pick out and get. They were having games throughout the day for you to win arcs and get arcs. So we were just basically walking around to the different events trying to fill everything out, and we ran into Kiera Cass, who is India's favorite author right now, which was so crazy because she was literally just standing on the side of the street and India's like, oh my god, are you Kiera Cass? So she took a picture with her and everything, and that was the very first author that we ran into. After we went and purchased some YALLfest swag, we went and got into the line for the booktuber panel, and they were doing like a giveaway of 3 arcs. We stood in that line for a really long time, but while we were in that line, I ran into some other booktubers. A Bookish Realm just happened to be walking by, and I was just like, small world, because I had just ran into her in my hometown. And then we got to start talking about booktube, and then the people that were in line behind us were like, oh, we watch booktube too. So it turned into this like nice group conversation. Then we started talking about certain series that we like, certain series that we weren't sure about, and it was just so nice to be having these conversations that we have on booktube all the time in real life. So I definitely felt like I am among my people. We are one. So yeah, that was really, really fun. We finally made it to the front and we got 3 arcs. They also had authors doing signings in that exact same area. Brandon Sanderson was over there signing books. Nicola Yoon, the author of Everything was signing books, and 2 other authors that I didn't recognize. Going to the booktuber panel was #1 on my priority list for the day, because I felt like that was an event that other booktubers were going to go to, and I really, really, really wanted to meet other booktubers. So on the Booksplosion booktuber panel, of course, it was Jessie, Kat, and Christine, and they were taking questions from the audience, booktube related questions. They got to ask them questions about series and reading, you know, just anything that their subscribers wanted to know. That was nice and fun. Then they played a game at the end that was interactive with the audience. It was kind of like book trivia, and there were some rounds where I was like, ooh, I don't know any of these answers, and other rounds where I'm like, oh, I would have beasted. So after that, Sarah without an H came up to me, and I felt so bad because I could not remember her channel name, and she was like, did you come up with the Unpopular Opinions book tag? And I was just like, oh my god, that was me. It was so weird to go to YALLfest and actually be recognized, and I was just really, really surprised. It was a very, very, very humbling experience. It's so weird that a content that you've created have reached other people and people actually enjoy an idea or a concept that you had. And so it was so, so nice meeting her. I will leave a link to her channel down below. I also met oh, what is his name? Michael at a Book Lion. We talked for like a few seconds. I had remember seeing him in other people's vlogs and videos, and he was really funny, so it was cool meeting him as well. The person that I talked to the longest was Emma Books from Emma Books. I can't remember who walked up to who, but I saw her and I was just like, oh my god, like, you know, I know you. We took a picture and we chatted for a few seconds, and I freaking love Emma. Oh my goodness, her personality was so welcoming. Meeting somebody in real life versus seeing them on the internet is a totally different experience, and I just didn't know if people's personalities were going to translate the same way. She was so freaking dope. Like, Emma is so dope. I love her. So now I'm probably going to be obsessed with her channel because I loved meeting her. She was so amazing. Hey Emma, if you're watching this, it was really nice meeting you at YALLfest. I will leave a link down to all of those people below. There were a few other booktubers there too, but I did not get a chance to talk to them because I really wanted to at least go to another panel that had authors on it. The next thing that we did is we went to the panel where it was Leigh Bardugo, Meg Cabot, the author of The School of Good and Evil, I can't remember his name, and then two other authors. And basically the authors were reading works that they wrote before they become published authors. And I have to say, that panel was so much fun. It was so hilarious hearing people's writing in like the beginning stages. Meg Cabot read like her Star Wars fan fiction. It was so funny. Leigh Bardugo read an excerpt from a fantasy series, a fantasy book that she wrote, and it was like about twin assassins, but the main character's name was Blood. She was talking about how she just put like a tavern in there because she was like, oh, all fantasies have tavern. Let me just throw that in the mix. Like, it was hilarious. And then at the end of the panel, they really opened up the floor and let people ask them questions, and they started talking about the writing process and how much of your life experiences goes into the characters that you create and read, and why it makes it so easy for readers to connect to those characters. There were so many gems at that panel. I'm really glad that's how I ended the day. And then after that, the panel ended, I walked up to Leigh Bardugo. I had to at least try and get a book signed, and I did. I got Siege and Storm signed. This is my favorite book in the Grisha trilogy. I got to talking to Leigh Bardugo about my favorite character, who is the Darkling, because I was talking about how I really love when a story has a good villain. I feel like it adds to the story. So she personalized my book. She put my name on there and she spelled it correctly with a capital S. That's her signature there. And then on the other side, she put a Darkling quote which says, "There are no others like us." So I just am so excited. This is like, yay! All in all, YALLfest was a success. I got a book signed. I went to a panel. I went to a few panels. I met booktubers. I got some bookish swag, and I just got to be amongst a community of people who have common interests as me. This reminds me of why I love being a part of the bookish community and a part of anything book related. The one downfall of the day is that I didn't get to meet Thoughts on Tomes. Didn't get to meet her. So hopefully I will meet her and my name is Marina's at the next bookish event I go to. Did y'all go to YALLfest? What were your experiences like? Leave it in the comment section below. Also, what are some other book festivals that you want to attend or plan on attending? Because I'm definitely doing this again. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheBookArcher. If you follow me on Snapchat at TheBookArcher, you will be entered into this giveaway for a signed copy of Queen of Shadows. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Have a lovely day. Bye!